Yes guys, and welcome back to another video. In today's video we are indeed lowering the focus, hopefully. We're going to start off the rears. Basically this focus is quite rusty, so we don't know how many of these bolts are going to come off and go back on. So we're basically going to start at the rear because I think they're going to be a lot easier. It should just be like a couple of bolts, drop the suspension arm down, swap the springs. We have eye-back rear springs there, and I've got the front struts in there, although one of the dampeners is leaking, so we might have to change that. But that's another day. For now, we might just fit it and then change it. But anyway, so yeah, we do plan on trying to do the fronts as well. But if we don't get around to doing the fronts, we'll at least lower the rear. I've taken a thumbnail, so you would have seen the before and after. But yes, let's start with taking the wheel off and jacking the car in the air. Yes guys, so it is a different day, you might be able to tell, but we're in a different location because two things have happened. One, the rear suspension is completely the same. That bolt that I showed you that I thought might be an issue was absolutely an issue. It was completely rusted and embedded into a bushing, which you can only swap by changing the whole rear arms of the Focus. So, two new rear arms later, it's going into the garage tomorrow to get those fitted so we can fit the lowering springs to have the guys sitting nicely. However, we have had the front suspension done. So, if I actually show you the other side, because that side, the way it's sat, yeah, there you go. So, that is the new ride height for the Focus. So, it's basically flush. Like if you actually look inside, you can see it sort of sits almost in line of the tire, like it's almost bang on. So once I've got a set of spacers, that fitment is going to be absolutely lovely. So yeah, it lowers, I would say it actually doesn't lower the car by too much. So if you look, that's the front, that's the rear, so it lowers it by about an inch. Actually that is quite a lot, yeah, look. So it lowers it by about an inch, so quite a decent amount, but not massive. It's not like slammed to the floor, which is exactly what I wanted. I didn't want it absolutely slammed on the floor. I wanted it to be drivable. These are genuinely one of the best handling cars ever made in a hot hatchback form. So I wanted it to retain some of that, and it absolutely has. I've driven it. The suspension is lovely on the front. It's made no differences. The only thing I would say, short and sharp bumps now are shorter and sharper bumps, but general roads, it handles them absolutely lovely still. I absolutely love it. So yeah, it's not made any difference to the ride other than on harsh bumps you just feel a little bit of a dunk rather than before it was like a doof, if you see what I'm saying. I think that makes sense. But yeah, so that is how she sat at the moment, but we are getting the rears fitted this, well, for me tomorrow. For you guys it'll be in literally the next 10 seconds. But yeah, that is how it looks at the moment with just the fronts and not the rears. But I think honestly it's a decent ride. Like, it's not slammed, it still looks good, but yeah, let's improve it. Yes guys, the Focus is in its, oh, I've walked straight in the sun, I can't see a thing, hold on. Yes guys, the Focus is in its final stage. The rear suspension is fitted and it's fully lowered. Unfortunately, it's nowhere near as low as I'd like it, but I'll show you the work we had to do under the car and then I'll show you the fitment. Right, so as you can see, it's had all new rear suspension. Like, it looks, hold on, absolutely fantastic. All the way along, brand new arms. It looks great, and you can see the new lowered shocks are right there, so it looks good. It looks very good. However, this is the front. I'll show you the front first. So the front fitment, I'd say, is pretty perfect. Like, it's just about a centimetre gap, and when you're sort of looking at an angle, it sort of tucks a little bit. I'd want obviously spacers on the front, but that's pretty good fitment. I would say I wouldn't want to go too much lower than that. Now when you come to the rear, it's literally like I've not lowered it. Like, it's probably, what, 2 inches? Like, and these are lowered springs, boys. So, if you know why, obviously we're at a bit of an angle, so here it's probably only like an inch. I have got new wheels on order. They're arriving very, very soon. Like, don't get me wrong, how it sort of sits is very nice. Like, look at that. That looks good, boys. Let's be honest, that looks good. And the rear fitment, it's not bad. It's not bad fitment. But look, see, look, that's good. It looks good. It looks good, boys. It looks good. The car looks good, but it doesn't look perfect, and I want it to look perfect. So yeah, see, look, it looks very nice. The car looks very, very nice, but I do need to fit the rear fitment. It's just too high. The wheels I've got ordered are slightly bigger, I will admit, and they're slightly wider. So one, we won't need the spacer to pull it out anymore. So look, it sits pretty damn flush, so that's pretty perfect. However, the fronts, they do tuck, like, hello. So yeah, I will be getting rid of that tucking going on. Hopefully the new wheels will fix the fitment issue a little bit, although I am worried that they're an inch wider, boys. So that fitment there, that's not an inch. That's like a centimetre, maybe 2. So they're going to poke, I think. They're going to poke quite badly. I don't quite know how I'm going to fix that. But the rear, I've got 25mm spacers on the rear. I don't know what an inch is. Let's say 30 centimetres. So it will poke by 5 centimetres, which I don't think it's going to be the end of the world. Nah, that'll be fine, I reckon. It will poke a little bit, but nowhere near as bad. But yes, the focus is officially lowered. This is what the spring's called? I can't remember. It's in the description, or it's in the thumbnail, or it's in the title. I can't see it on them, I won't lie. It definitely has it on them though. I don't know, boys, I don't know. But if you know how to lower the rear suspension on a Mark 1 Focus, please tell me, because I'd love to know. Because there must be a way of getting around it. So I know it's fully adjustable. As far as I'm aware, you can adjust the camber and the ride height on these. Especially the fronts. I know you could definitely do the fronts, even with just springs. But I don't know about the rears. But yes, boys, it looks nice. I'm very happy with it. It rides lovely. The only difference I've noticed with the shorter springs is the fact that when you're driving along, there's very small bumps, like little potholes. It's like bang, and it is a little bit harsher. But the general driving along, absolutely the same. If anything, a little bit less wallowy. It's definitely more controlled. But these are set up amazingly from the factory anyway, so the springs are only going to hopefully make it better. But yeah, the only difference is very small bumps and stuff like that are a little bit harsher, but everything else feels great. Anyway, boys, I hope you've enjoyed. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.